right, welcome to Where Are We Eating, episode 4. I'm Kaya.
And I'm Kira.
And this is the podcast that brings food history to the table. Share our story times, share our thoughts, share our feelings, sometimes. And fun little stories that are sometimes and mostly not relevant. So, Kira.
Kaya.
What do you know about the history of popcorn?
I know that I think there were Native Americans involved. And that's all I know.
Okay. Yeah.
Dope.
Episode done. Bye.
Thank you, third grade.
Yes. It is from the Americas, North and South. Fun fact. There have been 1,000-year-old popcorn kernels found in Peru and in the U.S. In the U.S., it was in Utah and New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And these kernels were so well preserved, they were still able to pop.
Dude, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. And it was
I'd wanna eat it.
in North... What?
I would want to eat it.
Oh, same. I'm sure that's how they know it was still able to pop. I'm sure they popped a couple and were like, yeah, might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Down the hatch.
Yep.
Yeah. So, the Americas. There was entomology is bugs. Etymology is words, yes? Okay.
Yes.
There was an etymology fact I wasn't planning on sharing because I thought it was a little too much, but now I really want to share it because it was interesting.
Reasonable.
Oh, maybe not. Yes. Okay. So, the word corn was previously used as just the word grain. They were used interchangeably in the English language.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So, in Old English, back when they were used interchangeably, the word corn just kind of meant like the main grain. The main grain. Like the most common grain of the area. So it would differ depending on where you were talking about, but it was all just corn, just like the way grain is all just grain, and then you break it down more specifically by name. But it later came to mean across the board maize, which is corn, and from the Americas.
Yeah.
The orange stuff. Ooh, what's that? There's something in my sleeve. Sorry. Did I say orange stuff? Yellow stuff. The yellow stuff.
We may know our history. We do not know our colors.
I don't know our colors. I am colorblind, as you may have noticed from... Just kidding, I'm not.
I know you are,
not
so I was
colorblind.
just like, this is...
Yeah.
That's a claim.
Okay, so, sorry. Back to etymology. Corn used to mean everything. Now it just means corn. Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. So, fun
Just
little
joking.
etymology fact that now it just means corn. So that's what we're talking about. Maize. Grows on a cob. Good with butter. Sometimes you pop it. You gonna cough again?
No, I just needed to swallow my spit.
Oh. Okay. So, there is a journal from the Spanish conquistador, the Spanish dude Cortez, that ended up in South America. There was an entry in his notes. We're not here to discuss colonialism. Just the fact that he encountered popcorn as a European in South America.
Yes.
So, colonialism bad, but that's not the point of this podcast.
Popcorn good.
Popcorn good. Colonialism bad, popcorn good. If you learn anything from this, learn that. Okay. So in 1519, he wrote a journal entry about the Aztec use of popcorn that he was seeing around him, the people that he was around. So it was an important food. They used it as decorations. They like strung it as garlands and hung it about. They wore it on necklaces, and they used and headdresses. They used it as ornaments on statues of their gods. This is actually like a quote from it, and I'm very sorry. I don't know what the indigenous language is, but there is a word in here that is that, and I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, and I'm very sorry. if I can figure out how to put a word on the screen when I'm editing this, I'll try. For the YouTube watchers, for the audio listeners, you're just going to have to bear with me. Okay. So, this is what Cortez wrote in 1519 about popcorn. They scattered before him parched corn called momochitl, Chitl, Momochitl, like momochitl.
I thought it was Momochitli.
Chitli?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I have no idea. It's
I don't know.
Nahuatl.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. You know what?
I mean, I tried to Google it, but I couldn't find it specifically because I don't know that it's a common word that people are trying to pronounce.
I feel like it should be.
Momochli.
Momochli.
Momochli. Okay, well, that's the only time we're gonna.
Yep, that's how we're gonna say it.
Okay, so they scattered before him parched corn called momochli.
Sure.
Cool. A kind of corn which bursts when parched and discloses its contents and makes itself look like a very white flower. They said these were hailstones given to the god of water. So it was like an offering to the god of water, as mentioned. There was also, he also described a popcorn dance that girls and women did, which there wasn't really a description of it, just that they did it. Regardless, there was a popcorn dance, and that is like the backstory, origin of popcorn. Native Americans, North and South, indigenous peoples of the North and South American continents had corn and maize as an important meal type of food.
I love how I just went along with it. I'm like, yes.
Oh yes, the meat of corn. Yeah, so it was important here in North America and South for indigenous peoples. Okay, moving way forward, much forward into the late 1800s U.S. Now, America is a country now.
Crazy.
Yeah. Again, we're not talking about colonialism, but
Colonialism bad.
popcorn
Popcorn
good. Okay, so it was enjoyed in the late 1800s as a breakfast food, and it was eaten like cereal, like
in milk?
yeah. So it's noted that Ella Kellogg enjoyed it.
Of the Kellogg?
Of the Kellogg's, which they will have their own episode.
Oh, I'm
later.
That makes sense.
But that was it was a popular breakfast enjoyed by popular breakfast people.
That's crazy.
Well, their breakfasts became popular, not that they themselves were popular.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so it was a breakfast food. I, in my quickest of mornings, have eaten popcorn for breakfast. Not with cereal, just like a handful to munch if I've had it left over. I like it. I enjoy
sure
it.
that would be
It's good
delicious.
fiber.
Popcorn hurts my stomach, but
Oh no.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. I love popcorn.
I would still eat it, but
I do eat popcorn at any time of day. I'm a popcorn person.
as you should be. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's reasonable. It's not like trying to make you gassy.
No, it doesn't make me gassy. Okay, moving on. Okay, so that was late 1800s, early 1900s. So now we're in the 1890s. Charles Cretors, I believe that's how you say it. Apologies to the Cretors family if I'm mispronouncing your name. Charles Cretors invented the popcorn maker, like the cart kind.
Oh.
Like the street cart kind. Mm-hmm. And he started a fleet of street vendors. So it became a popular
wonderful.
street food in little bags that people would buy. And so then now we jump another couple of decades and it's in the Great Depression of the US. So popcorn remained popular. Through, I mean, it remains popular today, but it remained popular during those few decades from the cart creation to the Depression. However, it is, I guess it is, however. So during the Great Depression, a lot of people didn't have a lot of money. Obviously, that was the whole point of, that's why it's called that. But, the bags of popcorn were available from 5 to 10 cents. That's about $1 to $2 in today's money. So it still remained an affordable treat. So it was one of the few things the average person could still afford, and it was remained it became kind of a little bit of a luxury. Obviously, it's not essential, but it's fun and it's not gonna break your budget. So the popcorn business boomed during the Great Depression.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because it was something that everyone could still afford and enjoy. And that brings us to popcorn and the movies.
Oh.
Which is it's a synonymous combination now. You don't have popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have popcorn without the movies, but you don't go to a movie theater without popcorn. Seeing popcorn. Yes? Smelling it. Anyways. So, also during the Great Depression, movie tickets were lowered to 25 cents to make it affordable so people could keep coming, because silent films when silent films came in, they became popular, people were watching them, but then talkies were introduced, and that kind of solidified the film culture in America. So to keep people coming, to keep people interested, to make it available and a viable business, they lowered the prices to 25 cents, which is about $4 to $5 today.
Oh.
So during that time, people were mixing the two luxuries that they could still afford. There were street vendors selling popcorn outside. Sometimes there were shops next door selling popcorn. People would buy the popcorn, buy their movie ticket, and then go and watch a movie and have their popcorn. So it kind of evolved naturally that these were two things that were still very affordable to the average person.
A little treat.
In 1938, a man named Glenn W. Dickinson Sr.
Great name.
It's a long name. He installed the first popcorn machine in the lobby of a theater to combine the businesses.
Solid.
Because it was already a very popular combination, but people were bringing their popcorn from outside. And there was, I don't know if there was a snack option. I didn't do that much research. But he was the first one to actually sell the popcorn in the lobby of the theater. And that became so popular that theaters that didn't sell popcorn went out of business, because people favored and went to the ones where they could get it all together, the popcorn at the theater. Because some refused. There's always purists that are like, no, you're just gonna watch the movie. Some because it's messy and they didn't want to add the facilities to make popcorn.
Oh, yep.
And which, I mean, is understandable, but inevitably, the ones who did decide to sell popcorn are the ones who stayed in business. They're the ones who made it.
Get your corn.
So
get that corn.
So popcorn and movies have always, maybe not always. Well, yeah, I guess talkies.
Yeah, I mean, like if it was way back then, then
the cinema and popcorn have been a combination from pretty much the beginning. Get your popcorn.
And you know how much I love the cinema.
I do, as do I. And I also love popcorn. So,
I would like it a whole lot more if it stopped making me gassy.
Yes, that is unfortunate.
Apologize.
Who would you like to apologize?
I was gonna say apologies to the listener, but it just sounded...
Apologize.
It sounded like I was demanding an apology from you for I don't know what.
That's okay, sorry.
Apologize, Kaya.
I'm sorry you get gassy. All right, we'll jump forward in our story to World War II. Sugar was rationed, sent overseas. So that means candy sales dropped.
Is this where we get kettle corn?
No.
Oh, bummer. My bad.
There's less sugar. Why would they start marketing something that's
sorry.
sugary?
I just heard sugar and I have ADHD, y'all.
Okay, let me listen to the whole sentence.
Okay.
Sugar was rationed and not as easily available.
This makes sense.
And because of that, candy sales dropped.
Oh, so they just started eating the corn of the pop.
People started eating corn of the pop, and it, again, boomed. The business boomed. Went right up. It became... Americans ate 3 times the amount of popcorn during that time than previous. Because so many of these other snacks and candies and things that they normally would have had were no longer available, and popcorn remained available. So they just gobbled it right up.
Little treat.
A treat's a treat.
A treat's a treat.
Unless
man.
it makes you gassy, like you.
It's true. Well, even then, sometimes.
Okay.
Like, get your
Sometimes
popcorn,
it's
get
worth
your
it.
icy. Yeah, sometimes you deal with it later.
Depends who you're around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I've seen you eat popcorn.
Oh, I ate some yesterday.
Oh, okay, I feel honored.
It was like
I
it was. I had like a little bit.
I'm happy that you're comfortable enough to be gassy around me, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I've been gassy around you many times.
I've also been gassy around you, and I think this speaks to the strength of our friendship.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. All right, back to our story. Okay, so we get to the later 40s and 50s, so post World War II, which sees the rise of television and TV at home, which means more Americans are staying at home and watching television versus going to the cinema and watching movies. So because of that, the popcorn is still a major street food / movie food, and it's not necessarily in the home as much. So sales start declining outside the home because people aren't going and getting it.
Oh yeah.
They're staying home and making their own snacks and doing whatever at home. So they started, so marketing for popcorn at home began or was increased in the 40s and 50s. So you already eat popcorn with your movies, eat popcorn with your TV. So that became the movement. And after that, it was made more available. More companies made like at home popping. It was still on the stove. It was stovetop popping. Which is the superior way of popping popcorn at home. And you can quote me on that.
I mean, she popped some popcorn yesterday,
popped
and it was
popcorn
pretty
on
good.
the stove. Yeah.
It was good.
I know how to pop some popcorn on the stove.
I'm not a
It's
big
good
fan
stuff.
of bag popcorn.
Huh?
I'm not a big fan of bag popcorn.
Neither am I. We're gonna get to that though. So popcorn home sales increased. The industry rose again because they kind of figured out the balance that if people aren't going outside to get their popcorn, make them make it at home, and it worked. Because popcorn's great. Well, maybe not everyone. Most people love popcorn. It's an excellent snack.
Yeah.
And it's great for home or the movies or a street
It's not
food.
too bad for you.
It's not at all. Yeah, so it went
Unless you put the amount of butter that me and my family like to put on it.
I mean,
that's a different story.
That is a different story. That'll be in our butter episode.
Delicious.
Okay, so 1970, a pivotal year. The Redenbacher family begin.
Wondering when they would come into this.
The Redenbacher family launches their popcorn line, and as a product in their
As
as something they sell.
baggies, right?
No, just the kernels.
Just the kernels.
Just the kernels. Yes.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah, you are.
Skipping ahead.
Yeah. Because in 1981, General Mills received the first patent for in 1981, the first patent for microwave bags.
Microwave bags came out the same year as my cousin and Tom Hiddleston into this world.
Perhaps.
Amazing.
Is that when they were born?
Yes.
Then yes. They're
I
as
think
old.
my cousin was born then. I know for sure Tom Hiddleston was born
They're
then.
for sure. Yes, they're definitely the same age then.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, 1981 General Mills first patent. It might have been something available before. I don't know if that they would have released it without having a patent first, but they are the ones who held the first patent on microwave popcorn bags.
Crazy.
And that is all I have. So, that's popcorn.
I think you really popped off on that
That's
one.
popcorn in America, baby. We're popping off with the popcorn.
Oh, yeah. See you later, alligators.
Was that the end?
Yeah. I thought it was.
Bye-bye. All right, where are we eating? Episode 4. Start. You realize the purpose of the clap is to line it up?
Oh, I 100% know.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to line up. I'll just line up the second clap. It's okay.
It's too fun to not repeat.
That's okay. Or maybe you could just be the clapper. It's fine. All right. Welcome to Where
There
We
needs
Eating.
to be 2.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Start. Okay. Good.
Yeah, we're good.